Welcome to another episode of Ankle Sore and North Club Corner, episode 11.
So join in the chorus.
Why am I sitting here?
I don't know. I just sort of...
You don't want to do this, do you?
No, I don't. If it wasn't for contractual obligations, I wouldn't be sitting here.
So
Nothing to say about...
I'm actually taking on.
that
I'm actually taking on your contract right now. So I'm getting paid less because I'm not hosting, but I'm actually hosting.
Well, yeah, we could discuss that. You do look a bit different from this angle, though.
You reckon? Am I like that Seinfeld episode?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That
In the
woman?
dark and in the light. You do
So
look
I'm
different.
good from far, but far from good.
That's right.
Boy, am I glad to see you.
You expecting someone else?
You never know.
You know, you might want to take the tunnel.
So, what do you feel like eating, Chinese or Italian?
I could go either way.
You're telling me.
Anyway, can we talk?
Look,
can we talk footy?
Yeah, what's there to talk about?
I want your honest thoughts. I want your honest thoughts right now about today's performance. I don't want sugarcoating. I want to hear it.
Well, without sugarcoating it, I was just disappointed that we lost the game of footy being 54 points up. That's the disappointing aspect. I follow my footy club to win a game of footy. I've seen 3 wins in how many years? 2 years? Whatever it is.
Yeah, it was like before last week.
My side was on its way to winning a game of footy, no matter what level or where you are on the ladder, or if you're in a premiership window, as this bloke says. I just didn't see my team win a game of footy that I thought was going to happen.
We always say we can't trust them, and I totally agree.
Yeah.
But when they got that 54-point lead early in the third, I thought, actually in my head,
exactly.
thought we're home here. But then after the game, I'm getting, that was a great effort. Great effort?
Yeah.
That's all in great to get that far in front. And yeah, of course there's positives. Don't be stupid. Of course there's positives to get to that point.
Yeah.
Collingwood had a lot of outs, mind you. We know that. But that's
They did. And
but
look,
that's not...
They weren't a chance before the game, let's be honest.
No.
They weren't a chance. So I get all that. But maybe I'm not being clear enough. We were 9 goals up.
Yeah. In the third quarter, mind you. Not a quarter like you say. It wasn't 10 goals to 1 a quarter time. You got 3 quarters to work on it. We have got them in the middle of a quarter. So you can't go back and talk to your coach.
That's right.
We 7, 8 minutes into the third quarter, 54 points up with momentum, and then just capitulate. I don't understand how you can say that's great.
That's what's the disappointing aspect.
If we lost that game because the game's in the balance all day,
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
But not like that. Now, I'm just going to bring up some players. You tell me. Bailey Scott.
Bailey Scott again let himself down, and he's not in North's top 15 in that side, and they need to consider what they're doing with him moving forward.
Too many.
There's a liability, and every week I say this, how can a player get worse?
I know.
Now, granted, he should have got that 50, but it just felt as though...
So before we move on to that, were we stiff in the end with the hold the ball, perhaps?
Yeah, stiff
the 50?
in the end, and I don't want to... Yeah,
you don't want to blame that because Collingwood,
I don't.
that was a magnificent
it was
win.
holding the ball on Dacos, and there should have been a 50-metre penalty.
Bailey Scott's 50 was clear as day.
That's right.
Even
Can
Jack
I ask
Rewa-
you a question? Have I answered your questions yet?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got to deliver this in the right way because I like Collingwood and I've got some very good Collingwood friends. How does Dacos go with the umpires?
Yeah, no. I'm not going to lie. I love him. I reckon he's a superstar. But he gets looked after. There's no doubt about it. Absolutely.
And this is not just... It's just...
Yeah, no. Like, if he
good footballers just...
If he free kicks that you're not sure about, someone else might or might not get, he gets them.
He gets them?
I know he's a fair player. He's a great player.
Yeah,
He doesn't
exactly. He's a
love
gun.
him. I love him. But, yeah, he does get looked after.
And
I think he
was beat
does.
for 3 quarters. So
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
the mystery of...
And the second half, 12 free kicks to 2. Again, can you blame that? Again, we're that far in front, you can't really blame it. But there's a discrepancy there.
Yeah.
Anyway, going back to some players, he let us down, Bailey. I thought, Jaden Stevenson comes off. You think to yourself, you've been sub. Come on and show something. He had a shot for goal that could have, given us a bit of a...
that was horrendous.
He kicked it like 7 yards.
Horrendous.
He kicked it... My knees kicks better than
And
him.
head height.
Yeah.
Like body height. Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing, mate? No good.
It's taken me He's a man with very limited skill set.
I'm surprised and I'm shocked because I used to lose my mind,
You
remember?
loved him.
But he's gone, how do you lose everything? He was a good player.
Was he playing in a better side? Clearly.
Yeah, but he'd kick goals from 50 and you used to
right.
drill him.
That's right.
What's going
He's
on
got
there?
limited skill
Does he
set.
not care?
No, the game's not past him because he's only 23. I think his ability, that's it. That's his ceiling. I think we've seen the best of him. How can you improve him? You play him in the only spot he can play.
And the other thing that we've spoken about in the episode, but we didn't really elaborate, Will Phillips goes off the ground. He had Dacos done today.
That's right.
What happened there? Now, someone's saying he's run out of legs. Someone's saying it was a tactical. It's on the TV. It was
They
saying it
called
was
it tactical. It wasn't an injury.
Is he mad, Clarkson?
Yeah, he's mad.
Tactical. He's got him covered, mate.
So I said in the
and on
other
his press
show-
conference, if I'm not wrong, someone said, sorry to interrupt you, someone said in the press conference that he said that Will Phillips was cooked, like as in,
Well, if he was cooked,
run
he
out of
was
legs.
cooked. But it was, okay, and Stevenson had to come on. I get that.
I know what you're going to say.
Two things. One, Bailey Scott was running up and down. I don't want to keep banging on Bailey Scott. Like, you know.
Could he have just stayed with him and run with him? Here's
That's
one.
what I'm saying. There you go. Well, I thought Bailey Scott was running up and down the spot, so probably not. But surely, okay, you're subbing Phillips for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And you go to George Wardlaw and say, George, you've been tremendous today. You go with Dacos.
Yeah, I
for
don't
the
care if you
last
don't get the
30
footy.
minutes.
Yep.
He'll take you to the footy
Correct.
anyway.
Yep.
You'll be there at the coalface. Just go with him. Or, you know, throw another one at me that could have gone with him. Just a run with roll. I'm not talking
Powell.
tagging. You could have set Powell up with him.
Powell. I'm not sure he's quick enough,
But I
but
didn't see anything like that happen. Now, defensively,
I thought they were okay.
they were okay.
Combin's going to be very good. And mate, he's
They were okay.
he's made a big difference to that back line. You know what I mean? I like Dawson. I know you're not a fan, but I think he done well again. I thought
He's
he was okay.
growing on me.
He's okay. But I'm just going to bring up one bloke that we spoke about during our coffee meetings, right? One bloke that we said is going to destroy us because we've got no matchup, and we're right on the ball
We
with
did
it.
too. I wish we had brought that up last week in the preview. We had a discussion off air, having a coffee, matchups, North matchups, who was going to go to who, and we got a lot of them right for this week.
We did.
We really struggled on Bobby Hill, and I think I said that Luke McDonald was probably the only one that could have gone to him. You had another option. I can't-
Jackson Archer went to him.
I didn't have Jackson Archer in my mind at all. Now, clearly, internally, they know better.
Let's talk about him for a second. Thoughts?
I'm not sure he's the last line defender on a small forward player.
He's
that
to me.
fair to say?
To me, look, I'm not going to throw him under the. But there's a lot to learn there because
Where do you play him then? Is he a high defender?
delivering messages.
Runner. He could be.
No, look,
He's a halfback flanker.
That's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
Because that scared me, and I texted you.
Can I just
on
want
the
to say?
bounce.
I just want to say, stop playing like you're not your old man. He
That's
tries to
true.
do that. You know, you haven't got that there yet.
That's true.
You're not that. You need to get the fundamentals
true.
right first.
Yep.
Then worry about the other
So
stuff.
how could we have won that game in the end? What could have happened at three-quarter time? Now let's go to three-quarter time. You're 5 goals up. They're 31 points up.
Yep.
And, at the end of the day, I was just hoping for 2 goals each. Even if Collingwood kicked 4
Mate,
and North kicked 2, North
correct.
wins by 2 goals.
3 goals,
It doesn't
whatever.
work like that, but mathematically, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
They,
I think they got to learn. I don't know if they were told. We don't know what gets told in the huddle,
That's
of
right.
course. Why wouldn't? And I know it's probably wrong in a way. Slow it down. Just try and slow Collingwood's momentum a little
Yeah.
bit. Instead, North will go all right. Collingwood's got them on the rope, not on the ropes. But they'll go a mere miles an hour, and North were trying to match it the other
do
way.
they have the ability to do it?
Well, surely they train though. Surely I know they can't. I know they're not used to winning, but surely they do these drills where if there's a game in the balance, is what we do. Surely.
Yeah, exactly.
But they just went like full throttle, and then the last 5 minutes they tried to do it, but Collingwood was all over.
the
And
yeah, exactly. The momentum had swung. Collingwood had.
North needed 2 early goals in the last quarter, and that would have put it to
I
bed.
agree. The first goal was vital. If it went out to 37 points,
It's over.
And kick the first 2, then it's a bridge too far.
Okay, so do you think we've been harsh? Because I lost my mind. I'm messages on my phone. I
Well,
lost my
brutal
mind.
because we bleed like we.
But I'm angry. Well, you weren't
We want your
angry.
Team to win. Was I angry in our phone conversations after the game? Of course.
Far out. Like you look at the big picture.
There was little things. Oh, before you say big picture, I'll remind you on that. Little things like late in the game, the ball bumbles to the goal square.
Dumbling like Harry
Oscar
Bill
Hadley
Jacobs.
picks the footy up, facing North's goals, kicks it over his left shoulder.
Incredible.
45 metres at a 45-degree angle, hits McCreary. I was like,
Do you know when he
we
got-
got no chance if that's happening.
Do you know when he kicked that? I'm thinking, we got it
Yeah.
here. There's always going to be an opposition player
I thought
standing
there
there.
was a slider coming over.
Or someone's just going to mark
It's
it.
hit him
Shot
like, bang, and off they go. I was like,
I thought we're not meant to win this
so
game.
bigger picture.
Bigger picture, now that I've calmed down, maybe a little bit harsh on them, perhaps. You know, they've just not quite there yet. I don't know.
Want to see
But I just wanted to
win
see that win today.
Yeah, just win.
But the
really
pluses,
hurts.
George Wardlaw, tremendous.
Yeah, Davies Uniacke.
Tremendous.
They can't afford
Sheasel was very good early. Faded out a little bit.
couple of important
Yeah, he
goals
was good.
too.
Don't get me wrong. He's a gun. He's smart. But he wasn't as his usual self. But I think he's trying to learn the craft because he's playing up the
Yep.
ground more.
Lucky early was good.
Very good
Where did he
early.
go in the second
Went to a
half?
pub, had a few beers.
Had to have.
Had a few beers.
Had to have.
Then he thought, I better come back in the last quarter. But it was too late. He was too bloated from all the beers.
From the beers.
Yeah, so that was the end of him.
Yeah, he got beat there in that middle part.
Yeah,
part of the
McRae,
game.
but let's go through McRae's.
Well,
all the matchups he got it,
Collingwood's kind of good, aren't they?
and he thought, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this to quell him, and it worked.
But Collingwood just needed to get their hands on the footy because, like, at quarter time, it was something ridiculous, like 113 disposals to 50. And then at half time, it was 203 to 130. So I'm sure at half time, McRae and even three-quarter time would have thought, we just need to get our hands on the
Yeah,
footy.
that's right.
Because talent eventually beats,
Tries or
effort.
effort, yeah.
Effort keeps that team
Before we,
competitive, but eventually talent does win
yeah,
games
I
of
agree.
footy.
Before we close it off this week, just a quick, what do you think? Like, I know we spoke about
It
it
was
now.
really negative year right off the bat straight away. But if you've watched our earlier shows,
Preview.
Andrew made a lot of sense.
Perhaps, yeah, but
He made
yeah,
a
because
lot of
probably
sense.
we're not thinking because we're just angry. Yeah.
That's right, and we're going off.
Okay, thoughts quickly before. Do you think? I think Melbourne wins. Can North beat
Yeah,
them?
they can. They can. I've thought about that in the last hour or so, and I think they can.
On my proviso, midfield.
North's midfield is a very good midfield.
Yeah, I agree.
Melbourne's is depleted. Melbourne has a problem scoring.
Does
We know
Lever
that.
come back? Do you know?
Don't know.
'Cause he makes-
Melbourne, he does, and he may. That's a thorn.
If Lever comes in, mate, then it's going to be hard for Larky.
So I'm not-
We need Larky to
yeah.
kick goals. It's
I'm not brave enough to pick him.
No, I think Melbourne wins, but I think I'll take back some of the things I did say because I lost my mind after the
But,
game.
I feel better now sitting in here because I was flat and you dragged me in.
See, I dragged you in. I don't think this is my thing. You're straight back here next week, mate.
Yeah, okay. All right. All right.
There you have it. Oh, stuffed it up again.
There you have it, another episode of North Club Quarter in the books. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on the Roo boys. We love reading your comments. We'll reply to all of you. See you in the next one.
That's better.